In recent days, concern has been growing in China and beyond. Xi Jinping, the leader of the Middle Kingdom, has practically disappeared from the public eye. His usual activities such as visits, speeches, and photographs are either missing or significantly reduced, and official Chinese media are saying almost nothing about him. This silence is an event in itself. On the eve of an important party congress, the absence of the leader in public has triggered a wave of rumors and questions. What is happening with Xi? Why is he not appearing? And what could this mean for China and the world? In the Chinese internet space, theories are spreading rapidly that Xi may have fallen seriously ill. Some users speculate about a heart attack or a major medical incident. In closed groups, people are discussing that if he appeared, it would dispel everything, or that he was given rest due to pressure, or that it could be an internal decision. What is notable is that these rumors are reinforced by the way information is tightly controlled inside China. When state media remain silent, the void gets filled with speculation. A similar situation has occurred in other countries. For example, when Donald Trump disappeared from the news for a week, social media started circulating theories that he had died, with people pointing to dark marks on his hands and the lack of new photos. But then Trump suddenly reappeared, and it turned out that his health was fine, and the big rumors were false or exaggerated. The same could happen with Xi. His sudden appearance on camera could instantly put an end to speculation about a serious illness. But the current context is especially sensitive. The tariff war between the United States and China has reignited after Trump announced 100% tariffs on Chinese imports. Beijing has already responded, calling such measures a blow to global trade and double standards. If Xi truly has health problems, this would not just be a domestic political crisis, but a strategic turning point. A China without Xi, a new leader, a new era. But this cannot be stated as fact. So far, no credible outlet has confirmed any serious health problems for Xi. There has been no leak from official sources, no statements from doctors, and no independent verification. There are only indirect signals: his disappearance from view, rumors spreading in the Chinese internet space, personnel reshuffles, and an unusual pause in public life. Some newsrooms consider the possibility that the reason for his absence is personal motives, rest, perhaps stress, or internal party calculations. Interestingly, rumors about Xi's absence have already become almost routine in the media space. They emerge when the leader is not seen for a while and then get debunked as myth. In the middle of 2025, for example, Xi disappeared from public events for several days, which sparked similar speculation. But the subsequent release of photos and reports showing him dispelled panic and rumors. This time, however, the scale of the speculation is larger, given the stakes tied to a stable, centralized government and Xi's symbolic role. In addition, tensions between the United States and China are no longer just about trade. They have become political and strategic. China has tightened its control over rare earth exports, which has angered Washington and prompted threats to reinstate 100% tariffs. The United States accuses China of economic aggression and threatens further measures. Beijing, in turn, accuses the United States of violating trade rules and demands a rollback of the tariffs. This is an economic duel that could escalate into a geopolitical confrontation, especially if the country's leader suddenly vanishes from sight. If Xi were to become incapacitated, it could open a window for internal power struggles within the Communist Party of China. Different factions would begin bargaining for power, appointing successors, and pushing for reforms or counter-reforms. Some might try to consolidate power quickly, while others might wait for the Congress to push their candidate. This would be a defining moment for China to decide whether to remain under tight centralized control or allow a more collective form of governance with a potential weakening of the cult of personality. But all of this remains hypothetical. At this stage, the amount of verified information is minimal. It is possible that ahead of the Congress, the Chinese system has simply shifted into a cautious distancing mode. Less publicity, more closed meetings, and reduced risk of external exposure. Xi may be choosing to preserve the image of a monolithic power without showing weakness or illness. Or the rumors may be part of controlled disinformation, internal party intrigue, or external pressure. So what should observers and analysts do? Watch for Xi's appearance. If he comes out, the rumors will fade. Monitor personnel reshuffles in the army and party structures. Analyze whose figures are rising and whose are disappearing. Pay attention to how and where official Chinese media begin to release information about him. And of course, do not treat rumors as facts. View them as signals of tension. The bottom line is that at this moment there is a noticeable information blackout surrounding Xi Jinping, which has fueled health rumors, but without any credible confirmation. His disappearance at such a critical moment is both suspicious and symbolic. If the rumors are confirmed, we may witness the end of the Xi era and the beginning of a new chapter in China's history. But for now, we wait and watch. The developments surrounding Xi Jinping's disappearance are taking on an increasingly symbolic character, as if the silence enveloping China itself has become a political signal. In a country where every detail is carefully calibrated and every public appearance of the leader carries a prescripted meaning, even the lack of public visibility turns into a form of communication. It fuels speculation not only among ordinary people, but also within international intelligence services. In recent days, Western analytical centers have been closely monitoring every possible sign of activity from the Chinese leadership. Movements of government aircraft, closed roads near Zhongnanhai, unusual late-night meetings, or changes in the CCTV broadcasting schedule. Any indirect evidence is interpreted as a possible hint at what may be unfolding behind the scenes. What makes the moment particularly alarming is that the leader's disappearance coincides with increased military activity along China's southeastern borders. According to satellite monitoring data, the People's Liberation Army of China is ramping up preparations for large-scale maneuvers in the South China Sea, and the movement of large transport vessels has been recorded in the ports of Shenyang and Fuzhou. Within the analytical community, this is linked to attempts by Chinese military structures to demonstrate loyalty and strength amid uncertainty. Some sources in Asian media even claim that senior generals have been granted temporary special powers to maintain order in case the leader's health prevents him from governing in the usual way. This has not been confirmed, but the fact that such scenarios are being discussed speaks to the level of tension. That is why many analysts are now closely watching the calendar. Xi's appearance may be timed to coincide with the date of the party plenum or the anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China, so that the contrast between rumors and reality will be as sharp as possible. And yet, for now, the world is holding its breath. Beijing remains silent, Chinese state media offer no direct comments, and international correspondents are left to speculate based on indirect signs. This is a moment when even a brief image or a single phrase in official news could become a sensation. China seems frozen at a crossroads, to show confidence to the world or to give rise to panic. In the next 24 hours, everything may become clear, or, on the contrary, a new stage of uncertainty may begin, with tectonic shifts hidden beneath a calm surface at the very top of power.